Hi, I'm Kirsten McLaughlin, Public Affairs Manager with Cox Communications, and this is Community Connection. Today we have Matt Dyes and Matthew Moore from the Vow4Mal organization. Welcome.
Thank you, Kirsten. It's nice to be here.
Thank you for being here. Matt, why don't you start off with telling us a little bit about the backstory of Vow?
Well, Vow4Mal was founded after the accident in December 2013 that took my beautiful child, Mallory Ray Dyes. And we knew we had to do something to honor her legacy and something to try and help other families avoid the suffering that our family and her dear, dear friends here in Santa Barbara went through. So what we decided to do was put together an organization dedicated to fighting drinking and driving at the grassroots level. We're not in Sacramento trying to change the laws. We're trying to change how people behave.
And what is the core purpose and your core mission?
Well, our core mission is, as I mentioned before, to change behaviors. And I think the way that you do that is change the way that people think about things. Our motto is show love, save lives. And what we preach is that drinking and driving is an act of selfishness. It's thinking only about yourself and not thinking about all the other people out there, all the other daughters, sons, husbands, wives, friends, brothers, sisters, who you're putting at risk when you make the decision to drink and drive, because usually somebody's doing that for their own selfishness and convenience. It's, oh, I need the car in the morning, or, oh, it's not that far. And they're not thinking at all about the other people out there. So that's why we say show love, save lives.
Matthew, tell us a little bit about some of the events that Vow4Mal has participated in and organized over the last year or so.
Well, like he said, the purpose of Vow4Mal is trying to create awareness and build awareness for people to be safer and to lower the risks of drunk driving. So we have been trying to get people like ourselves, people that are in clubs, nightclubs, people that haven't had this thought, people that haven't had a tragedy happen to them like happened to us, because we were thinking a different way before this thing happened. And so we're trying to get into their minds and plant this seed. And the reason it works is because we're getting people that are like ourselves. And so we build events that are in nightclubs and bars and, you know, people that are obviously going to be drinking and have those excuses to drive home. And it's the reason it works is because it's people like us, and that's what we're trying to do now.
Tell us about the Designated Hero Program.
Designated Hero Program is a program that we started to reward all the designated drivers. We try to make them feel like they're the coolest people in the club, because when you think designated driver, you think like, oh, that's the nerd, that's like the kid that's not the funnest or whatever. So we want to make sure that we reward the designated heroes. We've been able to get a lot of prizes, donations from companies all over Santa Barbara. They've all been very helpful in hooking us up with a television that we've given away as our grand prize, a flat screen TV. And we've just been going to nightclubs, bars. Where have we been? Sorry.
Oh, we've been to Tonic, we've been to Blind Tiger, we've been to Wildcat, we've got Zodos coming up. Yeah, we're trying to get it in as many different places to attract as much different clientele so we can get the word out as much as possible. And as well as that, we've also done some community outreach into the high schools, DP, Santa Barbara, CARP, where we've gone out and presented to the young people there, because again, it's changing thought patterns and changing ideas, and catch them while they're young.
Right. So what's coming up next for Vow4Mal?
Well, we have, again, several more designated hero events coming up. Hard to say because of when this is showing, but throughout the summer, we're going to be working throughout Festival Week downtown, providing rides. We might do something like we did on St. Patrick's Day, where we actually give out coupons for the various taxi cab companies. Any way we can get people home safely and get the word out, that's what we're about.
So in our final moment, what parting thoughts do you have for our viewers?
I'm going to let Matt go first here.
Our huge motto that we've been trying to push is show love, save lives. And what we're trying to do is basically plant a seed in people's hearts to be better people. And so if they think before they drink, that's not our slogan. I stole it, but it's so good. But if they think, and they just become better people, it helps them to make better decisions. And so when they're drinking and their brain is impaired, if they have these thoughts in their head and these seeds that we plant, then hopefully they can be better people and do not drink and drive.
I would say, reiterating a lot of what Maddie said there, we need to change people's thought patterns, make those decisions before you go out. Because we know once you're drinking, you're not going to make good decisions. That's part of alcohol impairment. So if you make good plans, whether it's Uber, who we've partnered with, taxi cab, designated driver, any one of these options, you're going to get home safely that night. You can go out, have a good time, raise the roof. But you know what? We just want you to get home safe. That's what we're all about.
Well, thank you both for being here today, and thank you for everything you're doing in the community.
Kirsten, thank you for having us.
Thank you.
And thank you. Until next time, this is Community Connection.